Hey Virgos, welcome and welcome back to the Honey Sea Star Tarot. And this is going to be your weekly read from August 18th through the 24th, which I will say it's a wonderful time of an Aquarian full moon. So we'll get into it. But before we do, I just wanted to say thank you to each and every one of you guys for all your love and support, your likes, for listening, your shares, your subscribes, comments. Literally, this channel would not be what it is without each and every one of you guys. And I have to say it again, I'm so excited. We have finally surpassed the 500 subscriber mark. So, oh my goodness. So like I say, it's been amazing to see this channel grow, and really it's because of each and every one of you guys. And so thank you guys so much for all your love and support. I love you back. And so let's get started. So I'm being called to the Vidakara Tarot here. So Spirit, as we go into this week here, August 18th through the 24th, what messages do you have for us Virgos? Thank you, Spirit. What guidance do you have for us? Okay, so right off the bat here, we're pulling the Nine of Swords. I'm so sorry in advance, but it looks like some of us could be really struggling right now, and I'm sending out a hug to each and every one of you. But basically, you could be haunted by loss, and mostly what I'm getting from this is that there's an unduly blame of the self going on right now. And it's kind of causing a bit of despair, of nightmares, of anxiety, and like I say, being led by fear of loss more so than anything. Now, with Mercury retrograde, especially with looking at kind of the past and having it be all about Virgo and moving over into our spiritual house, it does not surprise me that we're doing some inner work. And this full moon is a wonderful time to take advantage of the Aquarian full moon, because it allows us to really take time out for equality and for democracy. And it's really truly where the water bearer meets the lioness. And so with the star in reverse here, this really is about, some of us could be inflicted with a lot of negativity right now and just struggling with feeling positive. This also could be leading to where it's like there's so much emotional pain going on here that you could be suffering from a bit of depression, or it could be leading towards making impractical decisions. But also, too, what it kind of signifies is that there's an innocence to you as well. You're in uncharted territories, and that's okay because you're learning. And so now is the time where you will be challenged and tested by fear. And so it's a matter of chasing your dreams faster than your fear can keep up. Now, astrologically here on the 18th, as we walk into this week, we do have some help from the stars. So the moon's in Aquarius, and then it's also trine with Jupiter right now, which is in Gemini. So there's a lot of air in the stars, if that makes sense. But basically, this lends itself towards a really positive trine. It also allows us to be very sincere about ourselves and for others and to others. It also lends itself towards the potential of financial opportunities. No pressure. If you've got something going on and you feel comfortable, please share your story. That way we can help support you during this time. But it also is kind of a time that signifies where, the light's on you, the light is shining on you. And so it leads to a lot of philanthropic and social success through art and creativity. Now, during this time, too, the sun is going to be, the sun is going to be conjunct with Mercury, which are both in Leo at this point. And so it also lends itself to help us with an intense mental energy. So being Virgos, we're always up in our head anyway. This is going to lend itself towards that. But also, too, there's an intense focus, an attention towards memory. But also, too, it helps us with really unblocking our throat chakras. There's a focus on language as well as literature during this time and learning. And so now is really a time where if you have been feeling a little tongue-tied, this is kind of a trine that'll really help you with getting those energies flowing again. And so it's a great opportunity to do some meditation, some grounding, music therapy, anything to really help with unblocking that throat chakra. And with the Seven of Swords, what Spirit is saying here is what's really been kind of going on around you here at this point is some deception and betrayal, or what's inflicting you. Could be due to misrepresentations, due to straight up lies, I'll be honest, where people have painted you out to be something that you're not. And it's because no one's going to the source that basically rumors start getting more and more blown out or blown out of proportion. But there's been a high disregard for your emotions, for your, how it impacts you. And it's led you to be feeling very isolated, very outcast. With the Seven of Swords, though, what Spirit also says is that, it's again, here is a sign where with the moon, really that's where light is shown on our shadows and on the shadows around you. And again, Spirit is saying now is the time with this Aquarian full moon to take advantage of that time, to really let things go and maybe even practice some cord cuttings just in case you have anything coming up from the past thanks to Mercury retrograde, any people coming up from the past thanks to Mercury retrograde that you're not necessarily wanting to reconnect with, or that trigger some emotions that you really have been repressing and want to finally let go. Now on the 19th, like I say, the full or the moon in Aquarius, I can talk, is going to be moving over as a full moon. And so this is a time that brings acceptance, and it brings a need for change and the acceptance of a need to change. And also too, it helps give us the strength and maturity to carry out those changes. So it's not just a time to think about the change, but it'll help us with leading that practical action towards really invoking that change in our lives. It's a time for letting go of the old. It's a time for letting go of outdated things and outdated thinking. It's a time for letting go of outdated attitudes as well as prejudice. During this time too, it also emphasizes, individuality and innovation. And so with the Seven of Swords, like I say, you're moving away from norms. You're going your own way. What I do see is for those that, if this is possibly related to career, I absolutely see you being basically self-employed and choosing to be a sole proprietor or a sole business owner at this point or at this time. But it also too, I do want to also say too, it's not all about individuality completely. There's also a sense of community when you've got that full moon in Aquarius, because it's all about a focus on relationships. And so during this time, you may also be, and especially in the cards, as I look back and think on it, there's been a lot of success that's been coming into play for what you've been building. And during this full moon, I think you may be encountered, especially when coupled with the Mercury retrograde aspects, of really looking at those relationships, who truly is there to support you, who truly shares a reciprocity and growing strong foundations within and through love, and the love that you have for each other, how you compromise and work through issues together and support each other. And so this may be a full moon where you're kind of finding that you'll need to decide, who can come with you and who can't, or what's a healthy relationship and what's no longer serving you at this time, or who may not be the best influence on you. And with the Seven of Cups during this time, like I say, especially when it's relationships, you could very well be seeing decoys, some superficiality aspects, and have temptations in various choices. The good thing about the Seven of Cups, though, when you're thinking about relationships, is that, you've got options. You are not alone. You have choices of which ways to go. You have the power to choose who you allow into your life and who you also choose to take a step back from. And during this time, this is where you'll really be able to discern and use your discernment to kind of decipher out who are the decoys and who truly has your best interest and is there to support you during this time, as well as who truly is meant for you to support as well. Now, I do want to say, during an Aquarian full moon too, it's a time to celebrate your uniqueness, and also too to take that unique aspect of yourself, what truly makes you perfectly imperfectly you, and contribute that towards group dynamics. So on the internal side and doing shadow work pieces, it helps you uncover your light, what truly is the gift that you're meant, or the gifts that you're meant to shine in this world, and two, to shine light on how to add that, how to put your stamp in how you can best serve group dynamics with changing social issues or community aspects and making a difference in your community. And so it's a beautiful time to really uncover, basically what makes you tick, what makes you you, what makes you shine, and put that out there for your community so that it doesn't only benefit you, but it benefits the world as a gift that you can bring and only you can bring. Now, too, as well, I will say, because we do have the sun in Leo during this time as well. I don't know why I can't talk. So that's why I say it's the water bearer meets the lioness. And so with the Leo sun piece, it really helps focus on puts the focus on friendships, on collaborative projects, on what you're building in your community or with social issues, even on the home front and in your stability. And what Spirit is saying here is that you absolutely at this time, your gift is your spirituality. There is an enthusiasm about you, and an energy that really makes the room shine when you walk in and light up when you walk in. This is the gift that you bring. And also too, what I see in this is that by you doing so, you are also opening yourself up to receive. And there is a new project or a new plan here coming in. I also see a message of good news. I also see a lot of sense of adventure being reinvigorated within you during this time. And so, like I say, you've got the water, and then you also have that fire coming in between the moon and the sun here with this full moon. It's a wonderful time that's going to give you the strength to change, and also to bring acceptance for the need of change. And also too, like I say, the wisdom, the maturity to carry out those passions, to let go of prejudice, let go of attitudes that are outdated, let go of old perspectives and old things that aren't working for you anymore. Now, I do also want to caution though here too. During this full moon, it could be a politically intense day. So just kind of keep in mind, especially where you've really been focusing with that trine in Jupiter and the moon here, with really like looking at social issues and social success. This is a time that it might be good if you're feeling any strain on your mental health to just unplug for the day, or just make sure to take it in as you will, or as it's meant to be, and not take on the weight of the world itself. Now, I also want to say too, though, as a reassurance, on the 22nd, the sun's going to be moving from Leo into healing Virgo. And so anything that you've been struggling with letting go, if it's sticking through that full moon and you didn't necessarily, no pressure, practice any cord cutting, which I would fully recommend. No pressure again. But this is another great time where Virgo moon will help you heal in that the Virgo sun will help you heal and really focus on that mental health, on work-life balance, and really help you with recentering and regrounding. Now, with the Six of Pentacles, like I say, social issues, it's all about what you can contribute in a group dynamic that only you can create and only you can gift with all of you that is imperfectly you and uniquely you. And with the Six of Pentacles, this is basically where you are seeing social justice. Your gift really is in the fairness that you bring, the light that you bring, and too, like I say, the financial management that you bring. You are very generous during this time, but you also recognize it's about giving and receiving, and it's about that reciprocity. And through your good work, really, truly, you are being recognized. And you're also being valued for the meaningful work that you bring to the table. This is where I do see that your reputation is starting to precede itself in that fashion. And so whatever you're building, if you feel comfortable, no pressure, but share your story in the comments below. That way we can also help lift you up here on this channel, because your reputation is really starting to grow. I see a lot of you guys in the social spotlight, is particularly with a career aspect, but this is where truly people are appreciating you. People are valuing what you bring to the table, and too, they're valuing your communication, your ability to collaborate, and the creativity that you reinvigorate them with as well. And so, like I say, if this resonates, by all means put a heart in the comments, or like like this message, that way we can get it out and help build up as many Virgos as we can. Because what I see in this is that a lot of the work that you do, not that you expect it back, but you may not have seen that appreciation expressed here in the ways that maybe necessarily should have been, or truly would express how valued you are. That's going to be coming in here this week, especially with this this full moon in Aquarius, and especially as the water bearer meets the lioness here in the beginning of the week. Now, I do want to say too, on the 20th, the moon is going to be moving to Pisces. And so this can also bring on a dreamy hermit-like quality out of you. So don't be surprised if you get into a lot of introspection when the moon changes over to Pisces, which is a good thing. Being hermits, we do what we do best. And especially with that emphasis and focus on work-life balance as we move into that healing Virgo sun, this is really going to help you with replenishing, help you with doing some recuperation that's much needed, but also too envisioning your dream life, your best life. And so what I feel in that really is that you'll be encountered with this full moon and then moving into that, into the Pisces moon with, seeing is believing. This is the time really where you're manifesting your dream life, and it's through feeling. It's through, and if you're wanting that perfect dream home, for instance, it's through feeling what it's like to sit outside on your porch with a morning cup of coffee, or the feeling of when you walk in the door and kick off your shoes. It's all these pieces here of, the smells of the flowers when you come outside in your garden. It's all these feelings and these emotions that will help you with manifesting that into the 5D. And I'm just using a home as an example, but I'm just saying. So either way, though, like Spirit's saying here with the Queen of Cups, now is the time where you're using your intuition. And most importantly, you're trusting your intuition. You're trusting yourself. But what I also see here, too, is this is a balance. You are being seen right now for your charisma. You are also well loved. You're being seen for your warmth and your empathy, as well as your creativity and your poetry that you bring to the room, the light that you bring to the room. And like I say too, this is a time with the Page of Pentacles where you've been learning. And I absolutely see that you've been mastering skills. You've been focusing on building your career. You've been focusing on building that dream life, building that best life, what you want to bring into your life, and who you want to bring into your life. And I do see new opportunities coming through, especially with education, with the home front, but also money and career. You are in a profession here, what I see, like I say, it could be in the spotlight. You could have a very social career path, I guess is how I would put it. But most importantly, what I see in that is that when you're manifesting your home, what you do for others in your career is you're an inspiration. You're inspiring others through your story, through your triumph, through your indomitable ability. There we go. Say that 10 times fast. Now, I do also want to say the moon, as it moves into Pisces, is going to be conjunct with Saturn. So just to forewarn you, especially with how this started out with the Star in reverse and the Nine of Swords, that this is a time with this conjunction where it could cause limitations. It could cause melancholy, discomfort. It'll lead you to feeling even introverted or possibly feeling alone. And so now is the time to really make sure that you're embracing that as identifying any shadow work that you need to uncover. But more importantly, too, utilize the healing energy of that Virgo sun to really contradict it, to really heal any type of shadows that Saturn with conjunct in the moon, or being conjunct with the moon, sorry, I know what I meant, has really been uncovering with those limitations and really focusing on them. And so, like I say, it is a point where it may be a low point in the week. However, it's an opportunity to really identify identify those shadows, and more importantly, start addressing them, start planning for them, start healing them. And with the Eight of Swords, what I really, or swords, don't ask, wands, what I really see is that, you are steadily and very quickly approaching your goals. This is fast action. This is fast movement. And like I say, second time, you've got incoming news, and it's good news. And more importantly, whatever has been restricting you, whatever limitations are uncovered during that conjunction between the moon and Saturn, these will be unrestricted. This is the time where that cord cutting, and also too with that full moon in Aquarius, with that cord cutting, and really leaning on the energy of the water bearer as a witness, and then also the lioness for the strength, for that unique individuality, that innovation, and how you can come to the table for your community, what you can contribute into group dynamics through your relationships, through your collaborations and your friendships. This is all going to be unrestricted for you here during this time. And so, like I say, take advantage. Now, too, I will also say, as we move into the 21st, the moon is going to be moving over into Aries. And so this is absolutely beautiful. It's a bright energy. It's a sharp continuity with your responsibility, with your assertiveness, as well as with your faculties. And so this is the time where, especially as the moon moves into Aries and then the sun moves into Virgo on the 22nd, it's all about healing. It's all about self-care, but it's all about being assertive and taking responsibility and accountability to manifest your best life and your best self into your best life. And so, like I say, this is the time where believing is seen. The water bearer and the lioness will come together, where it'll really shine light on things that need to be shown so that you can let go of anything that's outdated. And it's a time to really shine a focus on equality and democracy. Now, on the 23rd, the moon is going to also be moving over into Taurus. And so this also, again, after that fire of the Aries moon, it's going to slide its way over into Taurus, and offer a bit of security for you, of compatibility, of focus again on family and on home, preservation, as well as increasing and building, and particularly a focus on your passions, on your money, your material possessions. And so, like I say, this is the time, and again, 10 of Cups, boom, there you go. But it is a time where it'll be bittersweet. You're basically finding in the financial piece, you've got good news, but you'll also be determining with that focus on the relationships of who can come with you and who can't, or who's meant for you and who's not. What's meant for you and what's not, Now also too, when the sun is in Virgo, it's also going to be trine with the moon when it's in Taurus, which is beautiful because this is an absolutely gifted trine. It brings an overall happiness, a focus on, and a blessing towards life success, as well as a blessing towards health and vitality. And so now is the time again with the 10 of Cups where you'll really be in a point of genuine joy. And you'll be focusing on that best love, that highest love, that agape love. And like I say, this will be a sense of belonging. And so if anyone has been feeling, like I say, where you're walking alone, by all means in this week, you'll get some help astrologically. You've absolutely positively got help from this channel too. And so like I say, if you need a little pickup, by all means, put a heart in the comments below. Let us help support you and help lift you up, because you are not alone. We are with you, Spirit is with you, and the universe is guiding you to everything that is truly meant for you and your highest good. Now on the 24th, as we close out this week, the moon, which is in Taurus, is also going to be sextile with Saturn, which is in Pisces, like I say. And so this is a time where you've not only been goal focused, you've not only been focusing on manifesting and seeing is believing your highest goals, your highest life, your best life, but this is the time that'll give you, this sextile will give you a little boost to pursue your goals with care. I wouldn't, you could sum it up as like a calculated risk. However, it's not about taking risks. It's about following your heart, doing what's right, standing in your power, and pursuing your goals with the care and nurturing force that you truly want and deserve. And the deliberation. You've thought about what's for you and what's not. And so it's like, it's about after letting go and after cutting all the cords of what doesn't serve you, this is about also too holding and nurturing what truly is meant for you and what does serve you. And so it's kind of that opportunity of what you water grows, what you seed grows. And especially between the moon being in Taurus and then also too, like I say, with the Aquarian moon, you'll be nurturing and watering the soils and the seeds that you've been planting. This is really crazy and really cool. So what fell out is the Queen of Pentacles as well as the Queen of Wands. So what I see here is that you are a force to be reckoned with during this time, which is absolutely beautiful. You're a go-getter, you're responsible, you're creative, you're getting the knack at business. You've been generating prosperity, but you're also remaining charitable and generous as well. And so you're understanding that energy of giving and receiving and really embracing that, and too, enforcing that and sharing that wealth by lifting others up here as well. And then, like I say, with the Queen of Wands, you've got that energy, that optimism behind you too, as well as the confidence and clear thinking and strong will to do anything that you put your mind to. And so, like I say, this sums it up for me as like, you are a force to be reckoned with at this time. Don't let anyone hold you back from your goals, or I pity the person I pity the fool who tries to hold you back, because this is somebody that is unstoppable. And at the bottom of the deck, I mean, oh my goodness, this is your new beginning. This is a beginning of prosperity, a beginning of abundance. But what I also see in this is that, like I say, you're trusting yourself. Your intuition is guiding you. And so definitely pay attention to the signs that you're being given, the signs that you're feeling, because that, what's the word I'm looking for? That anticipation, that early anticipation warning sign, those red flags of deciding who can come with you, who can't, or who serves you and what serves you and what doesn't serve you, that really is going to be heightened during this time. And you're being led by spirit. This is new opportunities coming in. This is joy. This is love. This is absolutely beautiful. So like I say, oh my goodness, okay. At the bottom of the deck here, we've got the Two of Cups, and we also have the Temperance as well. You also have the modesty about you, the humility about you, to understand like where you've come from, and also to truly appreciate where you've been through all the highs and lows, and through the healing of it, and through the journey of the healing of every lesson learned. This is an achievement and an attunement towards that harmony within and without. And then, like I say too, this is an affinity of cooperation and again harmony, new romances, possibly, no pressure, but new friendships, new tribes. But this is truly a time during this full moon when the water bear meets the lioness, where you will be basically really truly aligning with your tribe and building together from there. And so, like I say, this is gorgeous. If this resonates and you feel comfortable, please share your story in the comments below, or just put a heart. That way we can go ahead and lift you up, help support you as well, because this is an excellent time of just, like I say, of cord cutting what no longer serves you. And this is really truly a come up story. This is where the water bearer and the lioness pave a way, open a doorway and a gateway for equality and democracy to come into your life. And it's through the celebration of your uniqueness and how your uniqueness, when it's brought to the table, can contribute to the group dynamics that you truly are standing for and standing in your power about. Now let's get some additional messages here from the Herbal Witch's Tarot. So Spirit, what additional guidance do you have for us this week, especially as we practice cord cutting and letting go of anything that doesn't serve us, of the relationships and prejudice or attitudes, outdated ways of thinking, and move towards an acceptance for the need of change and gain the strength and maturity to carry out that change that's needed. What additional guidance do you have for us? Oh, thank you. Oh, thank you. Okay. All right. So first thing that came out was Spirit is saying, keep your eye on the prize. This is the time where really your diligence on your craft, your focus on your craft, what you're building with your long-term goals, with your education and the mastery that you've been achieving through that diligence, this is where you're at. This is what your focus is currently on. And this is a new career for you. This is paving the way and opening the door to your success, to your abundance. And like I say here too, with the Ten of Swords in reverse, this is beautiful. This is healing from past troubles. This is moving away from past trauma. You've taken the time to heal, to recover, but more importantly, this is the story of learning from the past and the story of a survivor, a wounded warrior, as I would put it. But you are a survivor. There is nothing, for all the people, for all the things that have hindered you along the way, nothing has been able to stop you, and it's because of your diligence and your persistence. So this is absolutely beautiful. And like I say, this is now a point where you are balanced. The head and the heart are aligned with each other with the Lover's card. This is a balance of love, of partnership, but also too of self-love, of valuing your relationships, of valuing healthy relationships, and knowing to really put boundaries in place and honor the boundaries that you need in place with relationships that are toxic. Learning from past experiences with, say, like energy vampires, those that want to deceive you. And like I say too, realizing the acceptance for a need of change, and also to achieving the strength, healing, so that you have the strength, and learning so that you have the maturity to carry out that change for your highest good. This is absolutely beautiful. So Spirit, what additional messages do you have? Thank you. Wow. Okay. And so again here we've got, now is the time to shine. Now is the time as uniquely you to stand in every independence and innovation that you do, that you build, that you represent, and to shine that and bring that to the table towards your group dynamics, towards your relationships. But really, truly, Spirit is reminding you, your optimism, your confidence, your strength is really, and your charisma is really what brightens the room when you walk through that door. Don't ever let people tear you down or let you try and forget who you are. Because, like I say, you are in an environment where you absolutely have conflict. There's absolutely competition. I think what comes to mind for me is that, no one ever promises that life is going to be easy. You absolutely, and just like with a growing seedling, you need the friction, the conflict, the chaos of the wind, of hard rains, of strain, basically. Not too much strain, don't get me wrong. But you need that challenge, basically, to grow better, to be better, to grow stronger. And that's what Spirit is reminding you of. This, what you've gone through, what you've healed from, what you've had to get back up from, was not meant to destroy you, though that may have been an intent for people or humans if you've encountered conflict, for sure. But as the universe's plan for you, what you signed up in this life for, to learn and to go through, was not meant to break you. It was meant to make you hardy. And now is the time for equality. Now is the time to bring all of your uniqueness out and to shine, to let go of outdated attitudes, prejudice, any inflictions in the way of old perspectives that have hindered you, or that you've allowed, old pains that you've allowed to hold you back. And utilize that strain, that challenge, to understand just how strong you are and what you bring to the table, and how your strength, oh my goodness, how your uniqueness should be not only celebrated, but it can also help heal others. Your story can help heal others. I'm not going to take this, well, okay, I will. It's telling me to take it, so I will. Wow, okay, so we've got the Strength card in here, the Nine of Cups, the Eight of Cups, the Three of Cups, the Moon, and the Sun. I'll move these up here after a minute. Well, I'll just try and work on it this way. Wow. Okay. So what I'm seeing in this is that you are right now, you are a force again to be reckoned with. You are possessing such an inner strength that success, only success, is destined for you. But this is all about self-empowerment. And as you can see, again, this, to me, I just totally see the water bear and the lioness again. This is about flowing, getting in the flow and standing in your power and knowing your strength and shining it for all your uniqueness and all that you bring and all that you can contribute. And again, with the Nine of Cups here, this is really an affirmation and a reaffirmation that your desires really truly will come true. Do not think for a moment that they're not. And what I see in this is that basically you've done the work. All that's left is to focus on manifesting your best life. Focus on manifesting your highest self. And like I say, and to leave the old behind, to let go of any outdated thinking, any outdated attitudes, prejudice, any issues of abandonment in particular. This is a time where Spirit wants to remind you, you escaped that. That was your past, and you escaped that. You got out. You are no longer trapped. This is a time of celebration. This is a time for reunions when you find the friendships, the partnerships, the collaborations that truly are meant for you. And that could be past and new. But either way, it's about focusing and recognizing the equality, the reciprocity in relationships, how you give and receive, what you bring to the table, also to what you gain by coming to the table as well. And this is a point where basically you are coming to the table in all your uniqueness and individuality. And there are so many individuals within this group and within your tribe, within your new and old tribe, that truly make you stronger together. And it's because you lift each other up. I mean, this is just beautiful. And so, like I say, your discernment has kind of has shown you, what no longer serves you, who's been tearing you down, who's been trying to sabotage you. It's been uncovering things that were done in the dark. Also, too, it's been helping you through your intuition, through your discernment, to see the deceptions, to see what things are as they are and not what they want you to see or what they seem to be. I should put it that way. And with the Sun, I mean, this is one of the best cards on the deck for crimini's sake. I mean, goodness gracious, what Spirit is saying here is by letting go, moving forward, embracing this time of where the water bearer meets the lioness together, standing side by side with empowerment, everything will go well. Success is meant for you, and what you water will grow. What you're building will grow. And most importantly, this is good fortune, just to clarify that for whatever reason. Just felt called for that. But this is absolutely beautiful. And like I say, towards the end of this week, this is about pursuing your goals with care and deliberation. You are nurturing your goals and holding them and valuing them for everything that they deserve to become and for everything that they deserve to be. And again, I promise I'll stop, but either way, at the bottom of the deck, we also have the Ace of Cups. This is a new opportunity. This is positive change, and this is worth celebrating. But also, too, just seed planting here, no pressure. I do see new relationships coming in. For those that have felt alone, have felt abandoned, have felt deserted, that is no longer. That is not your future going forward. And that absolutely is a thing of the past. But also, too, just to forewarn you, you are also very fertile during this time. So take that for what it is. Now, Spirit, help guide us with some additional messages here from our spirit totems. What guidance can they offer us during this Aquarian full moon, especially as we move into Virgo sun? What additional guidance can you help us with? Thank you. Okay. So Spirit wants to remind you that you indeed are the shaman. You are the creator and you are the magician. Use your gifts for good. There is power in your wisdom and your words. Connect with the elemental spirits and glide through the void. Claim your place as keeper of the mysteries. And so what I see in that in a lot of ways too is, especially with past deceptions, I know even myself, I still have some stalker haters that have really struggled with letting go and have decided to, for whatever reason, keep following me. I don't care to know why. It doesn't matter. It doesn't hurt me at all. I do have empathy for their pain because it's something that seems a bit obsessive, where it's certainly controlling for their lives. But now is the time to move in silence. The past doesn't necessarily need to know your future, and they don't need to know where you're going either. And so, Spirit, help guide us here. What additional messages do you have for us Virgos? Thank you. Okay. So what we've got is the Puffin. This is about partnerships. Accept yourself and your colorful personality. Uniquely you, I'm just saying. Perfectly, imperfectly you. Feel confident about being you. You are a joy bringer. Let your community nourish and protect you. Ask for help. Teamwork will give you the best results. And so, like I say, who you're coming into contact with, who you're taking with you on your journey, over those who you're letting go, you are stronger together. And with the Heron, this is patience. And so if anyone has been feeling tried in this way, what Spirit's really encouraging is create a place in nature stillness and be renewed. Take time. So grounding, just saying. Practice grounding this week if anyone is feeling like they are lacking patience or instability in that way. But most importantly, take time alone to find balance. Step confidently towards your purpose. Patience will bring you rewards. And so Spirit is saying here, for those that have been like, I've been waiting forever, now is the time, just a little bit longer. Keep building, keep focusing on your long-term goals. They are manifesting, but every step of the way, it's not going to be an overnight path. You didn't choose an overnight path. You didn't want instant gratification. You signed up for a much bigger outcome and a much bigger payout. And that's going to come through patience. And at the bottom of the deck, I saw this and I had to share it. But Spirit also wants to remind you, you indeed are protected. With the sea turtle, you are a master of finding life's flow. Be in harmony with the rhythm and your path will unfold. Like I say, the water bearer meets the lioness this week. Persevere and you will succeed. You have everything you need to be protected and happy. So that's absolutely beautiful. If that resonates with you and you feel comfortable, please share your story in the comments below. If also too you've been struggling and you need some support, put a heart in the comments below. That way we can help lift each other up, help support each other, and remind each other that we are all here for each other through our journey, and most importantly, we're stronger together. And so before we go to, I do want to just look at the major arcana here in our Vidakara Tarot. See if anyone is struggling with any type of chakra blockages. See what we can do to help with some music therapy guidance and what we pulled in this reading. And then as a reminder too, it's always good to cleanse. Water holds that memory. And so once you get realigned, once you get grounded through earthing, through meditation, through water baths, make sure to replenish as within as well. And so drink plenty of water because it'll also help you not only with detoxifying and letting that energy out, the negative out, and then replenishing you with the positive as you bring that in. And so what we pulled is the A sharp and the G sharp. And so for those that practice music therapy, try fiddling around with those chords. Help realign. What I've got here is a lot of the heart chakra as well as the the third eye chakra. So between the two here, this is a balance of the heart and the mind. And I really feel like this full moon with any type of cord cutting practice, as the water bearer meets the lioness between the sun and the moon this week, this will help guide you towards your tribe and most importantly, towards the balance of the heart and the mind on your path, on your purpose, and most importantly, on your forward movement. So if this message resonates by all means and you feel so inclined, please help support the channel. It certainly would not be what it is without each and every one of your guys' love and support. And so for those that already have subscribed, I thank you and I love you back. And for those that haven't yet, please consider. Otherwise, please like, share, subscribe, listens. Seriously, all of the avenues of supporting this channel are incredibly amazing. And I really, truly cannot tell you how much I am so grateful for each and every one of you. I love you. Take care. Have a wonderful week. And I'll see you in the next reading. Love and light.